Insane, you make me crazy, insane, that's how I feel, insane, you make me crazy, insane, that's how I feel,
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Dysfunction Junction. I'm your host, Kim, and you are listening to episode number 26. And I don't know how long I'm going to be naming or counting the episodes, but so far it's become a habit, and that is what I'm going to do. Oh, goodness. I hope you guys have had a really good week. I almost didn't even record this episode. I am so tired. I don't know why, but I am. I'm very, very tired. To the few people that are still listening, I do it for you. I struggle through for you. Anyway, so again, my Audacity is freezing and skipping, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know if I need to update this bad boy or what. I don't know if it's my laptop. I don't know. So, you know me, I don't do a whole lot of editing, so if stuff is missing or skipping, that is why. As always, yours truly is not prepared, and I am just going to be winging it today as more like a Dear Diary type of thing to the 8 people who are listening. Usually I do some research for the show and for my, famously failing little skits and, they're segments, they're not skits, but I didn't do that this week. I have been really, really busy with getting the kids ready to go back to school, trying to get myself ready for school. I did not know everything that it entails to get yourself into college. I don't know why I thought it would be easy. I mean, it's not easy to get a child into college who's right out of high school. Why would it be easy for, an adult who hasn't been to school in over 20 years? I figured that I would just, sign up for college, and I would apply. Well, not apply, but sign up and then, do my financial aid and all that stuff. But I didn't realize that I still had to be accepted. I know that sounds weird, but I guess I thought since I've been out of school for so long that, I don't know, maybe they just feel bad for me and let me come in. But I was looking at, the requirements last night, and, if you graduated in the top 75, well, not 70, top 75, but yeah, the 75% of your class, then you will be accepted to the university that you want to be in. And if you're in the bottom, if you're in the 25%, you have to take a test, kind of like an equivalency test to see, how smart you are. And if you pass it, then you can go ahead and go into school. And if you don't, then you're going to have to take some classes and pass them, and then get into college. So guess where old yours truly falls? I told you last week how my parents, weren't the type of parents who really focused on school. I don't know. I got to be very careful of how I choose my words here. I kind of got a nasty gram from somebody who didn't appreciate what I said and felt I was blaming them for my failures. And in actuality, that's not the truth. I'm not blaming anybody. I take full responsibility for anything that I have done in my life. But I think that in some cases, there are people who drop the ball, and that is the reason why you make some of the choices that you make in life. And you can accept that or you can't. I know I will when I'm, if my kids ever come back and think that I dropped the ball, regardless of whether it's true or not, that's how that person feels, and that's their reality to them, and you should accept it or you don't. But I digress. Like I said last week, I didn't have parents who really focused on school. They weren't the type of parents who said, do you have any homework, or went to parent-teacher conference, or, anything like that. So I shouldn't have been surprised when I got my transcripts in the mail. So that was another thing. I didn't realize that I would have to get my transcripts and that I would have to get my immunizations. And like I said, I don't know why I thought that. I know, look, with my son, he needed his transcripts and he needed to make sure he had all his immunizations up to date and all that good jazz. But for me, I thought I was special. I didn't have to get all that stuff. So anyway, I went and I got those from my old high school, which, by the way, was in another state. But they still had my immunizations on file. Then they still had my transcripts on file. It's been over 20 years. So now I work in a department that asks for records all the time. And this time of year, people will call and be like, I'm getting registered for school and I need my immunizations. And lots of times we don't have those where I'm working, and I will say, give your school a call. Usually they keep them for a really long time. And now I am living proof that I could honestly tell them that is true because they still had mine. Anyway, what was I talking about? I forgot. Oh my God. ADD moment. Ding. What was I saying? Oh, so I was really, I shouldn't have been surprised when I got my transcripts that I'm in the bottom 25%. And I'm not going to tell you what my GPA is because I don't know if my kid will ever listen or one of my kids will ever listen to this podcast. I don't want them using it against me. But let's just put it this way. I'm lucky I graduated high school. I'm very, very lucky that I graduated high school because I did not do well. And like I said, looking back, I had a wicked bad ADD. I mean, my attention was 0 to nil. I graduated by the skin of my teeth, and I'm not a stupid person. I'm very intelligent. I'm very smart, but nobody took the time to realize I was struggling. And looking at my grades, looking at my transcripts, somebody from that school had to have called and told my parents that I wasn't doing well. So I don't know what happened, but it is what it is. And I am going to take responsibility that I just did poorly in school. And now I have to, I don't know, go take a test to prove I'm not dumb. Coffee break. So I have to call the college up tomorrow and set up an appointment to meet with somebody to then go over setting up a date to have this testing done. If I don't do well, then I will have to probably take a couple courses before I can even enroll, which really sucks because I want to enroll. I want to go to school. I'm getting kind of excited. I want to get this ball, this show on the road. I always thought that I was really good at science and English and, that sort of thing. But apparently, I don't know, maybe the fact that I got the grade that I got and I didn't do anything. I must not have done any homework at all. And to tell you the truth, I don't ever remember doing homework. I remember going into class and trying to memorize something as quickly as I could or hurry up and rush and complete a paper as fast as I could before the bell rang for the class came, the teacher came in. Anyway, but I guess, when you're not bothering people and you're in your room and the door's shut and no one's bugging you and you get to, lay in your bed and not worry about anything, no one really checks on you. And trust me, there were plenty of nights when my kids are very quiet and they're not bugging me. And I really would rather just lay my fat butt here, on the couch or in bed or doing whatever I'm doing and not bother them because they're quiet. And me bothering them means it's going to bother me. But I have to because I love my children and I want them to succeed. And I don't want them coming back at me someday telling me I didn't do everything that I was supposed to do. But I digress. And let me reiterate, I am not blaming anybody for my failures or my insecurities or anything else that I have going on with me. I take full responsibility. So anyway, what else is going on? Not only, like I said, I'm getting the kids ready for school. Caden's going to kindergarten this year. I'm very, very excited. And Jared's going to be graduating from high school, which I'm super nervous about. Piper is going to be in her last year of elementary school, which I'm also super nervous about. Not looking forward to middle school. Middle school is a terrible, terrible place. And it should not even exist. You should just go right to high school. Because it's just a terrible place, and I hate it. My boys had such a terrible time there. Kids were cruel, even more than elementary school. My boy said that high school was a piece of cake compared to elementary school. So, and I hear a bunch of commotion going out there in the living room. Both my littles were asleep. Hopefully, they stay asleep. Pause, because somebody just walked into my room. And it's Piper. And shut the door, please. I have to tell you that I went out today for the first time in a very long time. Now my dog's barking. This is, what so happens when I try to podcast here. I'm going to have a special guest. Come on in, Piper. Piper is going to explain to you what she did today. So I have a special guest. This episode's going to get really good now. Come on in, lover. She just burst into my room, so now you get to be on my show. What number popsicle is that for you? I'm talking about today. Is this the first one for tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. But your second one of the day?
Third.
That the third cheesecake one?
No, second.
Second cheesecake one. So again, Piper just got ice cream on my microphone. I made delicious strawberry cheesecake keto ice cream yesterday, and I made some popsicles, and they hate everything else that I make that's healthy and keto, but these, I'm going to say Piper's favorite word, they were amazeballs.
Don't say that.
Weren't they amazeballs?
No.
They were amazeballs. She's eating her second one, and it's really, really good. So anyway, so I went out today. I had a minute to myself, a moment, un momento. The hubs and I had to go over to church and work on some stuff. And that was kind of like our date. We had a date at the church with some friends to do something. And while we're there, I get a text message from my daughter, who is 11, going on 22. And it says, what does it say? What does the text message say? Come on in. Come closer, lover. They can't hear you. What does the text message say, Piper? What does it say?
You're saying it.
I have to say it? I get a text message from Piper that says, I'm cutting my hair. How do you think it looks? She's cutting her hair. How do you think it looks? And I said, no, you're not. And she sends me a picture. Sure enough, Piper's cut her hair. And I have to say, it looks pretty good. She did a really good job. I had to come home and, trim the back because she couldn't get it, but she did a really, really good job. I'm very impressed. I'm very proud of you. Maybe we'll put a picture on the website to show you how beautiful she looks. But I was freaking out. Because did I ever tell you about the time when I cut my hair by myself?
No.
Okay, so now story time. Let's go back in time.
I like when you fail.
She likes it when I fail. Isn't that nice? Okay, so we're going back in time. Ready? Back in time. The dog's barking. She's very upset. We're going back in time. So actually, when I was about your age, age of dumb, that's the age you're in right now, stupid.
Just call me stupid.
I did. Just checking. Okay. So when I was about your age, I had taken a hairbrush, and of course my parents weren't home because that's when all the stupid stuff happens when your parents aren't home. I had taken a hairbrush. Now, do you remember the hairbrushes that they're round, the round hairbrush? No. Yes, you do. Remember I used to have a really, really big one, a big round hairbrush?
Oh, that one?
Yes, but this one was little. It was really, really little, like a small curling iron. It was little. And for whatever reason, I felt the need to take that brush and take my bangs and curl my bangs. And I thought, I wonder how tight I can get this brush.
Uh-oh.
And I twisted it so tight in the front of my hair and my bangs, right? And guess what happened?
You pulled it off.
It got stuck.
Oh,
The comb got stuck in my hair.
I thought you pulled off your bangs. I'm like,
Well, close.
that's the weave.
The hairbrush got stuck in my hair. And I tried everything to get it out. And I couldn't get it out. I did everything I could. I wet it. I put peanut butter in it. I Vaseline, everything. I tried it.
Peanut butter? That would make it worse.
Well, I heard that's how, you get gum out of your hair. So I thought that would work. So do you know what I ended up doing? Then I panicked. And I just cut it out of my hair. I cut the hairbrush right out. So then, guess what? I had a big chunk of hair missing right here, right in the middle of my forehead. It was big and spiky and soft, because I had just cut it. It was, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You had to wait. Well, you don't know Nana that well because she would probably just make me go to school with the hairbrush in my hair.
New fashion statement.
I panicked and I cut it out. And then my mom had to take me to the hairdresser and I had to get a really funky hairdo and a perm. I had to get a perm. She gave me a perm. It was really crazy what my hair looked like. Because I got a hairbrush stuck. I didn't get a weave. It wasn't a weave.
Basically a weave.
I don't think they had weaves back then. If they did, not as good as they have now. How are you going to put a weave in the front of your hair where your bangs are?
Extensions.
I don't think they had extensions back then.
Yes, they did.
Well, I could tell you all kinds of stories back then of all the, hair stories. That was the worst. That was it. That's my story. You can leave now. Goodbye.
Well, no.
What are you doing in here now?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I don't have anything left to talk to you about. Because nobody can hear you. Nobody can hear you because you're not on the mic. Okay, hold on.
Give me it.
Wait.
Give me it.
Pause.
Give me it. Give me it. Is it even on?
Yes, it's still on. Okay, Piper has a story.
Give it to me. Okay, so I came in here for a reason. So,
What is it?
I
We
came
both
in.
have to talk on the mic.
Okay, I came in here to tell you that Dad thought I was gonna break this because I was using a fork to get it out.
Did you? She's talking about the ice cream that I made.
Yeah.
The popsicles, because you have to run them under warm water to get the popsicle out.
You do?
I said that.
Oh,
Nobody listened.
I wasn't there. I was in my room sleeping. I'm pretty sure.
You came out in the living room and asked if you could have a popsicle, and I said yes. You're gonna have to run it under cold water to get it out.
When was this?
When you came in the living room to ask if you could have one, remember I was falling asleep on the couch?
Last night?
It was tonight.
You weren't on the
didn't have one
couch.
last night.
No, I didn't. It wasn't tonight.
Yes, it was.
I didn't ask anyone. I just got a snack.
Piper,
What?
you're telling me that you did not ask if you could have one of these for snack.
Yes. Yes.
Did I dream that whole thing?
No.
Huh?
No.
Who asked me if they could have one?
No, I've already told Dad I was having one. He said okay.
Was it Jared? Did Jared ask me?
Probably.
Oh.
You weren't even on the couch. You were in your bed.
Oh. Well, I'm mixing up kids then. Maybe it was Jared. See, it's so much fun when you have a guest.
So, and Dad said you're gonna break it, and right when he said that, it came out. in one whole piece.
Like it gave it gave birth to a popsicle.
Yeah.
Pop right out. Okay. That is it. Look at all these little thingies going up and down. Those are loud noises.
Yes.
She's got the giggles now. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to add? I'm so glad you came in here to talk.
My hair.
Don't be silly. I mean, you could be silly, but not like
Shush.
annoyingly silly. Stop. Don't pull on the cords.
My hair is short now.
Yes, we've already discussed this.
I got the cords wet.
Don't mess up the cord. Anyway, so while I have you in here, let me do a little impromptu interview. This is going to be kind of like a Dear Diary episode. I was going to kind of just vent about myself and my life and how much all of you guys suck. But hey, listen. Don't touch any buttons. Don't be crazy. I don't want to lose it. I've been talking for 20 minutes. I don't want to lose this. This is gold. Listen, maybe I'll have 9 listeners next week after I tell them about my special guest, Piper.
9?
Yeah, 9 listeners.
Just 9?
9.
That's sad.
I know. I
You're
can't help
happy
it.
that you're getting 9?
I'm happy I have 1. Okay? Listen to me.
I have 20 views.
You're going to be in...
Musically.
You have 20 views on Musically? You're famous.
No, I'm not.
Okay, listen.
And semi-famous.
You're like not even a quarter famous. You have 20 views on Musically. And half of that is you saying, does this make me look cute? Okay, that's you on Musically or Instagram. Do you guys like that? Oh my God.
Got 30 likes on one post and 137 views.
Wow. Which one was that when you're singing on Musically?
No. It was an edit I made.
Oh. Listen, I have a question. You just dropped your ice cream. You better eat that. Don't wipe it. She wiped. I'm sorry to yell, but she just wiped it on my pillow. Okay, this interview is over. Listen. Goodbye. So she just dropped. Hurry up. Shut the door. Now my dog's barking again. You guys are all going to hear it. She dropped her ice cream on my bed, and then she wiped it on my pillow. Anyway, here she comes. Okay, shut the door. I'll ask you one more question. I'm going to talk to you about. Yes, it's going to be a very weird question. Yes. It's going to be weird and uncomfortable. Okay, bye. I'm just kidding. It's not going to be weird and uncomfortable. I was just going to ask her if she was excited about school, but at least I got rid of her. Coffee break. All right. Anyway, that was a nice little impromptu interview. She's cute. She did cut her hair. It did come out really cute. All I had to do was trim up the back. Is it perfect? No. But I don't think anybody's really going to notice. It came out really, really cute. I told her, don't cut it again. Don't cut anymore. I'm just glad I came home and her hair was the only hair that she cut. And she cleaned up her mess, which was pretty cool. I thought for sure that she would have hair everywhere and would be stepping in it for months. But what else was I talking about? I can't remember. I got rudely interrupted. Talked about Jared's going to be graduating from high school this year, which I'm super nervous about. Brody's going to kindergarten, which of course I am also super nervous about. And Piper is in her last year of elementary school, which I'm super nervous about because she's going to be going into junior high, and I don't want her to go into junior high. I wish she could just bypass it altogether. Junior high is 2 years worth of unnecessary hurt and pain. So if I could just get through one more year of high school without one of them having a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I will be very happy because it just adds too much drama to life and I can't deal. Not to mention what they go through. I have a girlfriend that I work with, and every time one of her kids gets a boyfriend or a girlfriend, she gets really, really attached, and they get really attached to her. And when they break up, and these have been people, don't get me wrong, it's not like they've dated these people for like 2 weeks and she's married them off. I mean, these were long-term, relationships, like years. And she gets super attached, and I can't blame her, and I have a feeling that I would be the same way. And then when they break up, then I'm heartbroken because, what do? You loved these people. They were in your life for all these years, and now they're gone. And what do? Do you totally not, associate with them anymore because it's going to hurt your child's feelings? Or, what do you do? I don't want to be put in that sort of situation. I don't want to go through that. That's too much. Too much for me. It's not about them. It's about me. It's too much for me. Anyway, and then Noah's going back to college, his 3rd year at school, the whole Emerson drama. I can't even deal. I can't imagine how he feels. How terrible to be so close to your dream and still not even be able to fulfill it. It's just not fair. It's just cruel. But at this point, he's just ready to get out of here. He's going to be 21 in a few months, and he just does not want to live at home one more year. So I think this might be the year that he doesn't come home for Christmas this year, and that makes me very, very sad. Makes me very sad. But what are you going to do? I mean, they all grow up at some point and move away and have their own families, and I just wish my kids were the kids that didn't want to travel or move away. They just wanted to stay here with their mommy. Not in this house. They can move out and have their own house somewhere else in town, but it'd be nice that at least they stayed close. No, my kids want to get as far from me as possible. Jerks. Anyway. What else? So listen, can I talk a little keto with you guys? Keto corner. My keto corner. So I'm feeling a little, I shouldn't say that I'm feeling bad. So I was up. Last Saturday, I was down to 196.4, I think. And then this week, I was back up to 200 pounds. But let me explain. I was on a schedule where Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I would fast for 24 hours. Actually, longer than that because I wouldn't eat until lunchtime the next day. So it was more like 36. Probably, no, less than that. But anyway, longer than 24. So I didn't fast on Friday because my husband asked me not to. He wanted to do pizza, and I love pizza. So I was already planning on getting on another, fasting schedule where I would just eat, my one meal a day. I'd fast, all day. I would eat dinner and then start my fast. So it would be like a 24-hour fast and just eat my one meal a day. I wanted to get on that because it's getting harder and harder with the kids. They want me to sit down with them, and it was getting harder for me not to sit and eat with them. School's going to be coming, which means we eat a lot of meals together at the table during the school year, as many as we can, because usually they all have some sort of function going on, some, playing a sport or chorus or drama or whatever. So I need to get back on that schedule where we can sit down and talk, as much as we can. So I was up on Friday. On Saturday. And I was not happy. Not to mention, I didn't get really good sleep on Saturday because the kids were in my bed and they're just buttholes. So I didn't get into that sleep fat burning mode. So I'm being totally real. I'm being totally honest. I was up I'm going to round up 4 pounds. That's bad to me. So I didn't fast and I was up. So now I'm on a new fasting schedule. I'll let you know how that works. But I'm still in love with keto. I still think it was the best thing that I've ever did. I guess there's this new study now that says if you don't get enough carbs, you're shortening your life. Let me get this straight. Let me tell you. I don't care. Okay? I want to be skinny. And if I take 2 or 3 years off my life, I'm okay with that. Okay? skinny, beautiful, lovely, or I die 3 years earlier. I'm okay with that. Unless I'm due to die within the next, 3 years, then that I'm not so okay with. But if I'm, scheduled to live to a good 80, I'm okay with, kicking the bucket around 77. Now, that's a pretty good life, It's pretty good. I think that'll be cool. But if I'm due to die young, then that would be bad. Either way, I don't want to know. I don't want to know how I'm going to die. That's why I don't watch the news. Because if there's some sort of nuclear explosion going to happen, I want to be in complete ignorant bliss of it. I don't want to know that it's going to happen. I just want to be here one day, la, 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 everything's great, and then boom, gone. That's it. I don't want to prepare. I don't want to know because that's just going to freak me out more. And then I'm going to stress out more, and that's not good for anybody. So that's it. I want to be peaceful. I want to go in my sleep. I don't want to be sick. I don't want pain. So hopefully that'll happen. Yeah. Do you guys ever think about, how you'll go or when? Isn't it weird that, everybody dies. Okay, we know that. So eventually, do you ever think about it that eventually I'm going to die? Eventually I will. And how is that going to happen? It's just, I don't know. It's weird. Everybody dies. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know why I'm getting into this. My mind is just totally racing right now. Talk about ADHD. But it's true. Everybody dies. Everybody is going to die. It is going to happen. We just don't know how or when. And if you could know, would you want to know? Would you want to know how you're going to die or what day it is? Again, like I said, I don't want to know that. That's one of the things, like if you ever talk to a psychic or whatever, that you just don't ask. You don't want to know. Tell me about my love life. Tell me about my job. Tell me about, anything else but that. Anyway, what was I there was other things that I was going to talk about, but like I said, now I'm just rambling on for stupid stuff. I've been talking for 32 minutes. I guess it's time I can wrap it up. I should take out that whole thing about talking about death just right out of there. That's so dumb. But I'm not going to. Why? Because Kim does not edit. Okay? I don't edit. What you get is what you get. I edit a little bit because my fan's on and you don't want to hear all that crazy, cray, cray. But other than that, I don't do it. But I am going to close for now. I don't know if next week, if I'm going to do like a back to school type of special thing or not. I don't know. I really want to do a keto, I don't want to say keto segment because I'm already doing a keto segment. But I would like to do a series. That's it. A keto series about what keto is, how it's beneficial, why it's so popular and how you can get started, that sort of thing. So I've got research to do. But just remember, I am not the keto queen. Okay. I don't know everything about keto. I just know what works for me. And that's what we'll talk about. Alrighty. I think I have jibber-jabbered on long enough. Thank you so much for riding this Hot Mess Express. I hope you guys come back again. I really have enjoyed doing this. I really want to keep it up, even though I only have 8 people. Someday I will really be able to work this podcast. I'll work it, girl. But for now, this is what you're getting. So, again, thank you so much for listening. Please be sure to follow us on all of our social media pages. You can connect with us on Facebook at facebook.com/dysfunctjunk7. And of course, on our Facebook group page at facebook.com/groups/DF podcast. That's D as in dog, F as in Frank, Podcast. If you prefer Twitter, you can find us at twitter.com/dysfunctjunkmom. And for all you Instagram peeps, you can look us up at instagram.com/dysfunctjunk7. And at last, but certainly not least, if you like what you hear and you want to continue, please feel free to donate $1 at patreon.com. And that's patreon.com/dysfunctionjunction. Remember, this podcast is free for you, but it is not free for me, and every little bit helps. And don't you want me to become successful on this podcast so I don't have to go to school? Come on, people. Anyway, I know. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. So, again, you can get all the information I talked about on my website. Looking at my show notes, you can find that at www.dfpodcast.com. And again, thank you so much for joining me on this Hot Mess Express. Share me with your friends. Share me with your enemies. Just share me. All right? All right, guys. I love ya. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
You make me crazy, insane. That's how I feel, insane. You make me crazy, insane. That's how I feel,